class. Welcome to Chapter 4 of the Boxcars Children's Sea Turtle Mystery. This one's called Real Writing, Real Clue. The next time Benny opened his eyes, it was morning. Once again, no one else was awake except Watch. "Come on, Watch," Benny whispered. "Let's build a sandcastle while we wait for everyone to get up." Benny quietly unzipped the tent door and went down to the water. As he worked on his castle, he kept checking the ocean to see if any turtles were coming out of the water, but this time none did. When the castle was almost finished, Jessie came out of the tent, yawning. Benny jumped up. "Let's go see Mrs. Tacker," he called. "I want to learn how to be a junior ranger." "It's a little early," Jessie said, yawning again. "She's probably not at work yet, and we need to eat breakfast. You'll get hungry if we don't." The others got up too. Jessie set out some muffins, and they ate their breakfast and watched the birds on the beach. "I wish I knew the names of all these different kinds," Violet said. "I forgot to bring my bird book." All of a sudden, the birds scattered. The shaggy dog the Aldens had seen the day before came running down the beach, dragging his leash while he chased the birds. Today, Sandy had a purple bandana around his neck instead of a red one. Martina, the dog owner, again came running after him. She was wearing a matching purple bandana and carrying several beach bags. Martina caught up to Sandy as he was digging a hole in the sand. She grabbed his leash, but after only a few seconds seemed to forget about it. She dropped the leash as she searched through one of her bags. After a while, Sandy took off running, chasing more birds. Jessie was about to call to Martina to tell her the dog was getting away when Martina noticed and ran after him. Seeing the two of them reminded Benny of the night before. Sandy was about the same size as the dog he had seen on the beach, but Sandy didn't seem to be as well trained as that dog. Benny told the others what he had seen in the night. And when he was done, Violet asked, "Why would Martina walk her dog in the middle of the night? Do you think it might have something to do with the turtle eggs going missing?" "I don't know," said Henry. "From the way Mr. Chapman talked, Martina seems to be on the beach a lot." "That's true," said Jessie, "but there are lots of reasons why she might be on the beach. It isn't against the rules to be out at night." Jessie's words made Violet feel better. She hoped Sandy and Martina weren't the ones taking the turtle eggs, but she knew she could not be sure. "I just wish Martina would keep hold of Sandy's leash," she said. "Who knows what he might get into when he's running around free?" The children walked to the ranger station. On the way, they passed Mr. Chapman. He was talking to a couple who were carrying beach chairs, lecturing them about the tides. Mr. Chapman glanced at the Aldens, but acted like he didn't recognize them. Violet didn't mind. She did not like how the man had yelled at them the day before. The ranger station was attached to the visitor center. Violet tied Watch's leash to a railing on the deck, and they walked in the main entrance. Inside was a gift shop, which had posters on the walls of all different kinds of birds and shells at Padre Island. "It's amazing such a small place has so many different birds and animals," Violet said, as she studied one of the posters. "I wish I could see them all." An older man stood behind a counter, arranging postcards. "Good morning," he called out to them. Jessie walked up to the counter. She saw that the man's name tag said, "Leo Halprin, Volunteer." "Hello," she said. "We met Mrs. Tacker yesterday on the beach, and she said to stop by this morning so we could go through the Junior Ranger program." The man smiled. "Excellent. We always need more rangers. I'll check to see where she is and when she'll be back." The man spoke into a walkie-talkie. Then he listened and set it back down. "You're in luck. She'll be back in a few minutes. You can wait in her office if you like." Mrs. Tacker's office was small and crowded with books. Most of them were nature guides about the birds, plants, and animals. Hey, they'd be nonfiction books. Henry noticed a colorful brochure on the ranger's desk. It had a picture of a leaping fish on it. "That's the same picture of the fish we saw yesterday," he said. "It was on the truck that was going too fast." Henry leaned closer. "It's a brochure for Mr. Fisher's business." There was a yellow sticky note on the brochure. The words on the note were written in big, swooping letters. "Is that real writing?" Benny asked. "I can't read any of it." "It's real writing," Jessie said. "It's just extra fancy. It says, 'We should talk. I know how you can make more money.'" "Why would Mr. Fisher want to help Miss Tasker make more money?" Henry asked. "And why would he give her a brochure? If she wanted to go fishing, she probably already knows the places to go." "I don't understand how a fishing guide can help a park ranger make money, Violet said. I wonder if this has something to do with why Mrs. Tasker left so suddenly yesterday. Just as Violet finished speaking, the door opened. Good morning, said Mrs. Tasker. Here's a picture of the little brochure and the sticky note that were on there. Well, that's the end of the chapter. Next week, I will read to you Chapter 5, Rangers on Patrol.